That was pretty pretty.
What do we reckon about that, folks?
Oh yeah.
Pretty unreal.
Yep.
A bit of an adrenaline rush.
Bloody hell.
How about the skills from the skipper back there behind the wheel, getting through those whitewater gaps? Big shout out to Tommy, folks. Oh, how good was that? Team, it's pretty hard to believe or comprehend that what we're witnessing here is purely caused by the tides. I reckon if you saw this for the first time and had absolutely no idea what was going on, there's no way your first thought would be that this is the outgoing tide right now. You'd be assuming that in particular, that narrow gap, that has to be some sort of waterfall falling over a big rock ledge, or this has to be some sort of freshwater river system running down a mountain. But no, in 6 hours time, that's not going to be a 3 metre wall of water pouring towards us. It's going to be a 3 metre wall of water pouring in the opposite direction with the incoming tide. Same with that wide gap. Just as much current, just as much flow, but coming the other way. This place purely operates on either the incoming or the outgoing tide. And what that means is, if you haven't been here before, which I know most of you folks haven't, you've never seen anything like it. This place is totally unique. This is the world's very best example of a pinch point rapid that is purely generated by the tides, and there is daylight between first and second. This is the only place on the planet where you'll witness this, and that is certainly not my own conclusion or my own theory, but that of Sir David Attenborough, and he's been to a few different places around the world. I reckon he knows what he's talking about. He first came here in 1996, and he was absolutely sure back then that you won't find this anywhere else, and that remains true to this day. There's good reason why he refers to this place, and I quote, as Australia's most unusual natural phenomenon and the 8th wonder of the world, a place that people must see. Pretty strong words coming from David Attenborough. Now, if you were here on pretty much any other day of this swing that we're in right now, there would be a massive cruise ship out there in the bay, and they would have put 15 or 20 little Zodiac tenders into the water, and we'd be sharing the falls with all of them at the same time. We'd be sitting outside waiting for our turn. The radios would be going crazy. There'd be wake everywhere. But this morning, we've got the place absolutely all to ourselves, which is pretty special, I reckon. Now, the reason why you're seeing these incredible whitewater rapids generate, folks, well, a few things had to happen for this to occur. First of all, Talbot Bay right now is connected obviously back out to the Indian Ocean, and it's dropping faster than what this middle sea can keep up with. This middle sea is dropping faster than what that inland sea can keep up with. Reason being, these embayments are completely landlocked, other than a 20 metre gap and a 7 metre gap. What you're looking at is the only pathway connecting these bodies of water back out to the Indian Ocean. So that's the first thing that had to occur. Only one pathway back to the open ocean. Second thing is that these gaps had to be really nice and narrow, relatively speaking. You've only got 20 metres and 7 metres for quite literally hundreds of billions of litres of water that have to traverse in or out of here in a 6-hour period. And the third thing that had to happen was we had to have a place where you get massive tidal variations. So the Kimberley has the second largest tidal variations on the entire planet. Specifically, that's in Derby, which is about 80 kilometres away from here. A couple of days ago, they had a 12 metre variation between their high and low tide. We had about a 10.5 metre variation.